Hello, ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Weekly Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin and I will touch on the corporate debt bubble as well as the worldwide hackathon for freedom. And in case you haven't installed the trading wheel, currently they have a Cyber Monday sale. It will last one more day. So they only have this type of sale once a year. So if you're interested in trading view, learn technical analysis, you can click the link below. And also the ledger, they also have a Black Friday sale. I believe this is the last day. So I think they only have that once a year or something like that. So you can check it out. You can click the link below. That will help out my channel. I usually store my cryptocurrency in a hardware wallet, and some of them, of course, I store in a mobile phone as well. But the mobile phone, I use an old cell phone. I don't install a wallet in an actively using cell phone. But majority of the tokens should be in your ledger. And also, you can check out the Brave browser. If you haven't installed it, you can click the link below as well. So before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming airdrop or token swap. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. And let's talk about Bitcoin. So there's an article talk about the death cross, Bitcoin death cross on the monthly MACD, and then it spells doom for December. The thing is, MACD is a lagging indicator. I don't use MACD for cryptocurrency because the velocity of the cryptocurrency is much faster than traditional stock market. So MACD is basically a lagging indicator for crypto. I know a lot of people, YouTuber using MACD. I don't think MACD is a how can I say, it's a reliable indicator because it's lagging. And I mean, things already happen. So what's the point, right? And if you talk about the death cross, on October 25th, the 50-day moving average already crossed below the 200-day moving average. And then on November 17th, the 100-day crossed below the 200-day moving average. And if you go to check the EMA, the 20 EMA crossed below the 40 EMA on November 15th. So which is similar to this one. Also around November 15 or 16, the 100-day crossed below the 200-day. And basically the EMA 200 crossed below that. Basically we are in a bearish momentum. And this is an indicator from the Mr. Anderson. And if you go back in history, probably back in April when everybody is so bearish, saying that Bitcoin will go lower at the time, Bitcoin is around 3,000, 4,000. People say it will go to 1,000, it will go lower. But the thing is, you look at the chart on April 24th, the 50-day already crossed above 200-day moving average, and then the 100-day moving average crossed above the 200-day, and on May 12th, so April 24th, it crossed above the 200, and then May 11th, the 100-day crossed above the 200. So this showed that this is a bullish momentum. So after all this cross is a bullish momentum, but right now we are on the opposite side. Right now we are in a bearish momentum. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think about Bitcoin. When you look at this type of article, I don't know, just grain of salt, right? You have to learn your technical analysis yourself as well. And so if you haven't got trading wheel, you can click the link below as well. This is I think they only have once a year sale. So let's move on, talk about the corporate debt. Please comment below about the direction of Bitcoin. What do you think about the direction of Bitcoin? What do you think? 3,000, 2,000? Some people even say 1,000. We'll see. Nobody have a crystal ball, but people are so bearish at a certain time, and then sometimes they are so bullish at a certain time. Of course, the crypto fear and greed index is 28, and I point out in my previous video, this is also a lagging indicator as well. And so let's talk about the corporate debt. Right now, the corporate debt is around 47% of the GDP. This is only including the corporation listed in the stock exchange. So, so we are facing a corporate debt bomb, and it's far greater than what we have facing. What we already done. I mean, 2008 is is the housing crisis, right? The toxic mortgage, those toxic loan, and all that, and it looks like that we are going to have another financial meltdown coming up. So because of the easy money, low interest rate policy over the past decade, basically they get all the free money, they almost 0% interest rate. The US, most of the big corporations, they borrow all this money and they basically buy back their own stock, right? And instead of focusing on research and development to grow their company, a lot of corporations, for example, Apple's, I think Home Depot, they buy back their own stock. And of course, when you buy back your own stock, you pump the stock price, right? And of course, the founders or the CEO of those companies, they probably very happy with their stock price. They artificially pump up their company stock price. And if you go right now, the 10 trillion debt is just a very conservative estimate, basically. If you go back in history, you can see in the 90s, you have an oil shock recession, and then you have a dot-com bubble in 2000, and then you have a housing bubble in 2008. And right now, we're probably facing another debt bubble coming up. So probably a corporate debt, or we're just in debt, basically. And of course, Federal Reserve, IMF, and also some major institution, BlackRock, American funds, all have sounded the alarm about the mounting corporate debt. So this bubble is continue growing. And we said earlier, 10 trillion is just counting those corporations listed in the stock exchange. How about those are not listed in the stock exchange? For example, the small, medium-sized enterprise, family business, they are not listed in the stock exchange, which is another 5.5 trillion. So total is 15.5 trillion, which is 74% of the GDP. And basically, this kind of debt is definitely not sustainable, and it just probably is a time bomb, and basically just need a black swan event, maybe some country defaulted and then triggered the explosion. So we are sitting on the top of the unexploded bomb, and we really don't know what will trigger the explosion. This is a comment from a debt specialist at the Institution of International Finance. And right now, a lot of large corporations so max out that they can barely service their debt. And then if things get really bad for the economy, and then there will be a wave of defaults, then I don't know what's going to happen, right? And there's a comment from Krista Schwartz, a finance professor at the University of Pennsylvania Wharton School. Her comment is basically, it's going to make everything happen faster, larger, worse. The recession would just be that much deeper. And not to mention about the corporate debt, we are talking about the US consumer debt, which is about 14 trillion. So the total US national debt is around $23 trillion mark. And of course, if you can believe it, the US actually add another $1.3 trillion to the national debt just since last Thanksgiving. And this is the largest Thanksgiving increase in debt in 9 years. So it basically equivalent to approximately over $10,000 per household in the US. So this is basically is insane, those debt and everything. And another interesting thing from Senator Ron Paul, and he has a special 4th edition of the Waste Report. And basically, the federal government wastes a lot of money, and this is your hard-earned tax dollar money, including $500 million toilet nobody could use, 22 million project to bring Serbian cheeses up to international standards. Really, 22 million for that project. And we have so much like homeless population, like in major cities. In California is a disaster, and as well as I think in Florida, and as well as some other state. So let me know in your state, do you experience a lot of homeless issues a lot of homeless issues in your area? I think 22 million on the Serbian cheese, bring it up to the international standard, can put those money into the homeless, helping the homeless, helping the less privileged people, and also I heard some public school, the teacher has to buy stationery for the student. I mean, those can be for school, public school system, I mean, seriously. And another thing, your hard-earned tax dollar also wasted to the I don't know what is the detail about this Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority funding research that involves hooking zebrafish on nicotine. Okay, really, zebrafish on nicotine. Buying textbook for Afghan students that are those textbooks still sitting on the warehouse in the warehouse, and which is around the total waste is around $230 million. So this is from the office of Senator Ron Paul. I think it's Rand. Anyway. And of course, right now, because of the easy money policy for the last decade, all the countries printing money like crazy. Japan, China, in the European Union, everybody printing their own money, and the total worldwide debt is mounting to $250 trillion. And of course, there's a lot of zombie company in China, crippling student loans in America, sky-high mortgage in Australia, another default scare in Argentina. So this is a total 250 trillion worldwide global debt, and this is equivalent to over $32,000 for every man, woman, and child on Earth. And if you have a household of 4, of course, your share will be going up to 130,000. Just you're in debt. And I think Rick Eckman make a comment saying that the social security is going to fail, Medicare is going to fail, and all the Medicare is going to fail. Do you still remember Ray Dalio talk about the healthcare obligations may not be able to meet? Maybe this is one of them. What Ray Dalio talk about, and all the just-in-time deliveries are going to be in jeopardy. Like food from grocery store, one-day shipping from Amazon. I don't see how all these things can continue to operate in a condition other than in the false prosperity that we have right now. We are at the pinnacle of the affluence, and the thing is, we're heading for a complete disaster. But the thing is, we're going to go there. But how long will it take for us to get there? It's like kicking the can down the road. Just keep on printing for the last 10 years. Let me know what you think about this debt to GDP ratio. What do you think about that? The GDP is gross national product. So this is basically very scary. Debt to GDP ratio is pretty high. It's almost 74%, but some countries even worse. So let's move on. Talk about Israel Prime Minister talk about in a social media saying that he basically called for the programmers and techies to unite for worldwide hackathon to free the Iranians from the regime imposed internet ban. And if you still remember, Iranians they have anti-government protests, and the government blocked the internet for the whole week. That's crazy. I mean, how can you do that? And basically, right now the Israel Defense Prime Minister saying that in social media that unite the techies or programmers, the hacker, to just attack the Iranian internet system to free the Iranians so they can access to different social media. Because right now, most of the social media site in Iran still banned at this time. And so this is his crazy idea. How about every tech in the world, Israeli, Arabs, Iranian, Americans, Europeans, everyone else united for one purpose, to help the long-suffering Iranian people gain open access to all social media. A worldwide hackathon for freedom. Let me know what you think about this worldwide hackathon for freedom. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. There's a lot of black swan event could trigger the financial meltdown, but we don't know which one will trigger that. Maybe some type of default. We don't know, but we never know. So just like back in 2008, everything is fine. Actually, if you look at the numbers and everything doesn't make sense. So smart people get out, and then of course they preserve their wealth. The dumb money go in to buy real estate, and then to keep on like go to the stock market and everything. So let me know what you think about that. So that's why in terms of the traditional market, sometimes you have to diversify your risk. Maybe move something to commodity, gold and silver, or to cryptocurrency, or to some other thing. Not a financial advice. Use your due diligence. You do whatever you want. I'm not your financial advisor. So please comment below what do you think about the direction of Bitcoin. Let me know what you think about the direction of Bitcoin, as well as the corporate debt upcoming. Maybe we're going to have a financial meltdown. And what do you think about this worldwide hackathon for freedom? So if you found this video helpful, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, also share with your friends. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out the upcoming airdrop or token swap. Also, you can follow me on Twitter as well. I will try to tweet more. I'm just a little bit little bit lazy lately. So there's a lot of interesting thing I want to tweet, but sometimes I just a little bit lazy. But please comment below. I would love to hear from you. That will help my ranking in YouTube, and I will continue to provide quality video for you guys. And remember, crypto deep divers, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace. I'm not a financial advisor. Investing in cryptocurrency and commodity or stock market can has inherent risk. Please use your due diligence.